I really have come to love American football.
Really? Who's your team? Or are you just a fan of the game?
Probably the Seahawks.
Okay.
I once dated a woman from Alabama.
Yeah.
So for about a season, I was really into college sport. Mm-hmm. It's insane, right? Like you get the Iron Bowl,
100,000 people
or more. You get like Ole Miss versus Alabama versus Auburn or something like that.
Well, that's the weird thing about American football, isn't it? That a college game has more views than an All Blacks. Maybe not a World Cup game, but
Yeah, no, they would do a good
certainly more
game.
in the stadium.
Yeah. But I mean, it's weird too because all of those big stadia are in the southern states, and the southern states don't have the professional teams.
I can just see that big red A for Alabama.
Yeah,
there you go, Pat.
Yeah.
Have some food.
I mean, it is. It's an amazing culture that they have around that sports game. But I really came to love American football, because don't you think it's like war? Like, I love rugby. Rugby allows for spontaneity. American football has very little space for spontaneity. Yes, there are flashes of spontaneity, but so much of it is I'm reading my enemy's position and I'm trying to game theory them.
Yeah.
So that I can get past and make a small progression.
Yeah, I'm not much of I don't really follow sports, but I've always thought, I kind of like basketball, but I never get into it. But I've always thought that American football would be one of those games that I would get into because it's very strategic and like chess.
Yeah,
and
super strategic.
Moving and one down at a time, and it's just it's kind of you got these big, for lack of a better word, brute players, and then
But
everyone, like this mastermind.
But everyone fulfills a really specific role.
Yeah.
So again, in rugby, there's more allowance for spontaneity.
Yeah.
And most other sports. But, I mean, American football, you have your linebackers or whatever who are, their sole job is to be massive and to stop someone from 2 feet. And all they do is practice their explosive strength from 2 feet. That's all they do. That's their sole job. It's kind of like different artillery. You bring in war, you bring in different artillery for different situations. That's what I like about it.
When I watch American sports, I played basketball for 20 years. That's why I've got no cartilage in my knees anymore. And I played rugby for a long time. That's why I've got arthritis in my spine. Yay. Welcome to the 40s. The thing that scares me about American sport, I like to watch anything.
Yeah.
Watch American football, happy to watch that. Watch a game, but my sport in America is basketball, if I had to pick one.
Right.
The thing that freaks me out about the college ones especially is I find it funnily kind of connected to the political world.
No, it totally is.
Where you go from kind of patriotism to nationalism, and then the next step on that is fascism. Not saying that that's America, but sometimes I watch the fans and I go, man, I could see how 10 degrees the other way there's a Nuremberg rally. And I'm not trying to say they're all Nazis, but it seems to be a smidge away from the biggest fan in the world to completely brainwashed. And I think it's a fascinating kind of part of the culture, which if you expand on it, you kind of go, what does that say about the people, the community, the country, the whatever? I think it's really interesting.
You look at you look at an All Blacks game, and the most, maybe other than that, like 0.5%, the most people that are dressed up is they've got an All Blacks jersey on and maybe an All Blacks scarf.
To be honest,
and they have to advertise it. They go, let's paint it black this weekend. It's like if they didn't do that.
Whereas you look at an American football game, and they are like, most people are covered head to toe in face paint and the team's jersey. They are everybody there, and they don't even necessarily, even the tailgate thing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
People don't even have tickets to the game. They go and hang out in the car park.
Yeah.
And have a barbecue, which I think was actually quite cool.
I don't know that the All Blacks, how we support rugby in New Zealand, is necessarily like an aspirational level of. No, I think we're terrible sports fans. But we are poor.
No, look, I do agree with you, but it's
Hurricanes.
It's like we're playing the Blues tonight.
Yeah.
No,
it'd be a great game. No, it'd be a great game. But I mean, it's. In terms of supporters, let's see how many fans turn out for that. Great game. Let's see how many fans turn out.
I think that the interesting thing about that is that also reflects our society. I can't remember who the person is. You may know the name of the person, but it's one of the guys who acted in the Hercules series, kind of as Hercules offsider. Sorbo was Hercules. Whoever the Kiwi actor was who was his offsider. I don't know the series. I don't know his name. I don't know his character's name, but I can give you the basic story. he goes to America and goes to a Comic-Con and has to have security.
Yeah.
Right, he tells a story. He tells a story about coming home to New Zealand, walking down Ponsonby Road, and a kid cruising past on a skateboard, and let's say his character's name was George, and this kid cruises past on a
Hercules and
skateboard.
George.
Yeah, that's it. And just goes, "Go George," and just keeps going.
Yeah.
So I think that you're right about the sports. But I think that also reflects society and how we treat other people in other areas as well.
Yeah.
So which would you prefer?
No, I'm
all or
with
nothing,
you.
or nothing,
It's
or nothing.
like sycophants or just completely disaffected.
But
no,
think about it this way:
you.
okay, you're in Dunedin for the weekend.
Yeah.
Who would need to turn up into the Octagon?
Yeah.
Like what New Zealander would need to turn up into the Octagon to create such a buzz that people would run to see them? Like, is there one?
No.
Whereas in America,
Maybe Lord.
maybe, but you said maybe.
KJ Upper.
Really?
People love KJ Upper. I mean, not like he seems fine. No. Young women love KJ Upper.
Right.
Have you looked at his
women
Instagram
would
page?
run.
Huh?
Women would run.
Yeah, I feel like 16-year-old women would run.
But you look at the American culture.
No, it'd be crazy.
Someone walks into a mall, any significant sports star or not even necessarily the biggest, not even the Brad Pitts, but someone who hasn't got quite the same experience or profile, and the mall shuts down.
Fame is universally aspirational in America. I don't think that's the case here.